What is going on, everyone? It is Super here, and welcome to another Mortal Kombat X Q&A video. Hope you guys enjoy the Tremor gameplay in the background. I know some people don't like to see, gameplay that I've already uploaded, but I really don't play on my spare time, so I can't get new gameplay. So that's why I use some of the ranked videos that I upload. But anyways, I still think that the gameplay is enjoyable, so I hope you guys enjoy it. But let's get into the Q&A. If you guys have any questions, leave it in the comment section. I mentioned this in the Injustice one, but I'm going to Vegas this weekend. I might actually already be there by the time this video goes up, so I'm not going to be able to answer questions, so I apologize for that. But as always, leave your questions for the next Q&A video. So let's get started here. First one comes from Lewis, and he asks, am I Latino? And sí, soy Latino, and I was born in Honduras. I'm not Mexican. A lot of people, also assume that I'm Mexican. I was actually born in Honduras. So yes, I am Latino, for you guys who are wondering. Next question comes from the Master, and he asks, do you prefer a fighting pad or a fight stick? Is a certain one better for a certain fighting game? Do you suggest investing in a fight stick after playing on a fight pad, or vice versa? Well, the Master, I would say that it's not really necessary, or you really don't get an advantage playing with a fighting stick as opposed to playing with a pad, and vice versa. It's more of a nostalgia thing, or something that you might be used to. For example, I used to actually use a fight stick when I was playing Street Fighter, like Super Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 4, Ultra Street Fighter 4, because I did grow up playing fighting games in the arcades. So in the arcades, obviously you didn't use a controller, so you use a stick. For Marvel vs. Capcom 2, the same thing. I used a fight stick, but that's because I was already used to it, and it's more of a novelty thing, because I could perform the same as with a fight pad with an Xbox One controller or a PS4 controller on Street Fighter 5 than I would with a fight stick. So I guess whatever you feel comfortable using. You don't have to buy a fight stick to play Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter. You could do the exact same things and perform the exact same way playing with a controller. A fight stick is more of something that if you're used to it, then it's going to be better for you because you're already used to using a fight stick. But there's no real benefits in using either or. I think they perform the same way. It just depends on what you're comfortable with. So but I would definitely say that it's a lot easier to play Mortal Kombat with a controller, because there is a block button in Mortal Kombat. So that means that if you are playing on a fight stick, if you want to block, your finger has to be on one specific button the whole time to block, and it might be the button that's all the way to the right, and it might be an uncomfortable position to play, to have your hands on. So I would definitely say, if you're playing Mortal Kombat X or you're playing a Mortal Kombat game, I would recommend a controller over a fight stick. So moving on here, Koyomi asks, what is your what is for you the scariest ultimate sound in Overwatch? Oh, okay. So whenever I hear the Genji super, come on, Genji is just a pain in the ass for me. I know he's a fan favorite and all, but to me, Genji is like the most annoying character to play against, even more than Tracer. Yes, I said it. Genji is more annoying to play against than Tracer. So whenever I hear Genji's ultimate on the other team, it's always trouble. I really am aware. I get scared and stuff. Same with Die from Reaper. Those two characters are pretty much they would probably be number 1 and 2 on everyone's list. Also, surprisingly, when I hear Let's Break It Down, I know that I'm in trouble, because that armor that you get when Lucio calls in his ultimate, it's really good if you're playing objectively, which obviously Overwatch is. So those three are the ones that I'm afraid of the most. Moving on here, Mike Brown's mom asks, for MK11, do you want them to retain the variation system, or would you rather have more characters? Well, I don't think the variation system stopped NetherRealm from creating more characters. To be honest, I think they were gonna create the same amount of characters for MKX no matter what. So I don't think that would be like my factor in saying that I wouldn't want a variation system. But I actually really enjoyed the variation system in Mortal Kombat X. At first, I didn't think I was gonna like it. And there are a lot of variations in the game that are pretty much useless compared to another variation that the same character might have. Like, for example, there's no reason to use... who's a good example here? There's no reason to use Mournful Katana when you have Assassin Katana. You know what I mean? Like, characters like that. You have no reason to use Fist of Code Johnny Cage when you could use A-List or Stunt Double. Like, those variations are so much better for the specific character. So I actually would like to see the variations stick with future Mortal Kombats, but I don't think it's going to. I think NetherRealm is going to bring something new to the table in the next one. I don't know what it's going to be. You know, a lot of people thought that the variation system was going to stay for Injustice, and it didn't. We now have the gear system and stuff, so they're always bringing something new to the table. I don't think it's going to stick, but I would actually like to see it return for MK11. So moving on here, 30K asks, how would you feel if NetherRealm were to bring a character from Injustice to MK, like how they did MK to Injustice? They own both titles, so there would be no problem. An example is featuring Batman or Superman. So I think those two are out of the question, because if NetherRealm were to bring a DC character over to Mortal Kombat, he would need to be able to get fatality on. So Superman and Batman are out of the question. Can you imagine having Superman get fatality? I don't think DC would ever allow that to happen. Same thing with Batman, even though Batman would fit a little bit more, but it has to be someone that can get fatality on. So it would have to be I don't know, man. Like, a lot of like the huge names, the mainstream names, would never be able to make it into Injustice. The one that comes to mind for me is Lobo, because Lobo could fatality people, and he could get a fatality on. It would have to be characters like that. So if you guys have any suggestions of DC characters that could get fatality on with no problem, with DC having no problem, write it in the comment section. I'll be very interested to see that. Next up here, Lance asks, would you consider uploading Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 3 or COD 4 Remastered to the channel? And Lance, Black Ops 2, no more. Black Ops 3, never. I think it's the most disappointing Call of Duty of all time for me personally. The game is good, but I had such high hopes that it let me down so much, and it caused me to stop playing Call of Duty. That's how disappointed I was in Black Ops 3. But Call of Duty 4 Remastered, I will for sure be playing on the channel. I don't know if I'm going to be uploading videos on it, but I will try to stream as much as I can, especially the first month. And if I do enjoy it that much to where I want to upload videos, then that'll happen. But as far as returning to the old way that I used to upload, which was Call of Duty, that will never, ever happen again. But I will definitely be playing some COD 4 Remastered. Very excited for it. So next question comes from Toons, and he has, would you like to see the Mortal Kombat movies start from tournament like in Mortal Kombat 9, or skip to the MKX storyline with new Special Forces team, etc.? I don't know. Is there actually going to be a Mortal Kombat movie? I don't know if he asked if if I would like to see a Mortal Kombat movie, and of course I would love to see a Mortal Kombat movie again. And I would definitely like them to do the Mortal Kombat 9 story, because the MK9 story is beautiful. It's awesome. It's just pretty much, if you're a fan of Mortal Kombat, the MK9 story was amazing. It shows so many characters. It shows a lot of a lot of stuff that we old school fans really like. So I would love for them to start off with the MK9 story, and then if it's successful, move on to the MKX story and introduce the young bloods and the new characters. So yeah, that would be fucking awesome. Moving on here, Eric asks, do you think the new MK characters, example Aaron Black, Kotal Khan, will be in MK11? Yes, 100%. If they don't put Aaron Black in MK11, I will literally start tearing up and crying. I wouldn't go that far, but I definitely think that Kodokan and Aaron Black will be in MK11. So last question here, Antho asks, Super, we want to see you in tournaments. When can that happen? Well, Antho, I don't think it's going to happen for MKX, but if I'm as good as I am for Injustice 2 the way I am in MKX, there might be a possibility that I travel to some tournaments, most likely like Evo and like the big, how many times can you say big tournaments? So I hope that answers that, and that's gonna be it. Gameplay's gone. I hope you guys enjoyed the Q&A, and I'll see you guys next time.